Where does innovation begin? In the past, one might have said it's all about problem solving. It's all about finding new ways of doing things better or of doing things that couldn't be done before. But there's a new perspective that's emerged in the last few weeks. In May 2021, SAS, the pioneers of big data and data analytics, came up with a new brand slogan, Curiosity Forever. That in itself was an interesting approach to data analytics, but it was the words of the founder of SAS, Dr. Jim Goodnight, that really encapsulated what this means. He said that when harnessed to technology, curiosity can change the world. And that got me thinking, and also looking into the upcoming SAS Global Forum, which is going to take place over 2 weeks across the world, and in Europe, the Middle East and Africa on the 25th and the 26th of May 2021. Before talking about the SAS Global Forum itself, I'd like to quote the Chief Information Officer of the organization, Jay Upchurch, who says that from the moment COVID-19 hit, the company's IT organization has relied on curiosity, that strong desire to explore, learn, know, to fuel the urgent changes required. And more than 14,000 employees, he says, counted on the IT organization within SAS to make sure they could continue working in a reliable virtual environment. And it's that curiosity that allowed them to propel their digital transformation plans forward. Now, I haven't heard of curiosity being the driver for digital transformation, and that's what makes the SAS Global Forum so different to every other event that focuses on digital transformation and what the new organization and the new normal requires. The SAS Global Forum is going to provide insights for the digital transformation of numerous sectors, including banking, government, manufacturing, energy, healthcare, life science, and insurance. And of course, where the consumer enters the picture, retail and telecommunications. The session on banking is going to include building a better bank, and more significantly, the challenge of building digital services fit for 2025. And that's really the key to the success of an event like this. You don't want to have a vague projection of what might happen in the distant future. So drawing a line in the sand of 2025 is a great way of focusing our attention on what has to be done now. I hope that government will be paying attention, because there'll be a fascinating session on the 25th of May on the next normal of public service. And the bottom line is going to be, it has to be data-driven. That's not just because it's an analytics company hosting this event, but it's just obvious with the vast numbers of people that have to be served in this new environment through digital platforms. You cannot succeed without being data-driven. And that ties into another session that looks at moving towards an organization that is driven by analytics. And finally, from a government point of view, there's going to be a fascinating session on artificial intelligence for faster and better diagnosis of patients, with a professor from the University of Southern Denmark giving us on-the-ground insights into how data can transform healthcare. I suspect my favorite session is going to be in the telecommunications track on the 26th of May, when we'll have a session on being a chief data officer in a highly competitive market. And the subtitle of that talk is Technology, Math and Philosophy. I'm looking forward to seeing how those come together. But that also brings us full circle to the idea of curiosity driving innovation. On that note, I'd like to come back to Jim Goodnight. I had the privilege of interviewing him back in 2014 and in 2017 during SAS Global Forums, and he provided fascinating insights into the nature of data analytics and of artificial intelligence. He made the point at the time that artificial intelligence requires if statements. If you're a certain age, you're allowed to buy a beer, for example. So a machine can decide whether you should be allowed to buy a beer. Now, that if statement from 2017 evolves into the what if statement in 2021. There is so much data out there that you have to make sense of, that it's not enough to simply make if statements or ask if questions. You now have to ask what if questions. What data matters? What will you do with the data? And curiosity is going to provide a roadmap through all of those ifs and what ifs.